Hello friends, hello relatives, hello family, blood family, soul family, nature family, cosmic family, frequency family. So, still getting settled here. Had a bit of a walk out here and just getting into the zone, of the zone. Hey ha, hey ha, hey ha, hey. Hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey. Way ha ho, hey ha ho, hey ha ho. Hey ho, hey hey. Brought my fan and my feathers. Brought my fan and my feathers. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ha. Hey ha, hey ha, hey ha, hey ha, hey ha, hey. Way oh ho, way oh wow 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 wow. A lot of things going on, everywhere, where. Every here and now, now. Hey yahoo, hey. Way ha ho, hey. We oh we oh we ha 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 ha. Hey ha ho yo, hey ha 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 ha, hey ha, hey hey ho hey oh ah. Got my feet in the mud, the river is all around. Intense forest, all around. Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey ho, hey oh, hey oh, hey ha, hey ho ho. Hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey. Hey ha ho, hey ha ho, hey, 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 hey ho ha ha ha, we hey 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 hey. We Hey oh hey oh ha ha ho hey oh hey ha ha ho hey oh ha ha hey ha 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 hey ha 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 ha. Air, fire, water, earth, ether, ground. Now 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 now. No, from within, from without, from within, from without, here and now. No, 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 no. No 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 no. Sacred suns descending, sacred suns warming and blessing, sacred sun in my heart, every cell of my body, a miniature sun, hey ha ha, hey ha ha, hey ha 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 ha, 70 trillion suns. Way ho ho, way ho ho, hey ho, hey ha ha, we do that rhythmic breath. We breathe in the sun energy into our heart. We breathe it into every cell. We see ourselves glowing, 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 glowing. It's the I am presence from above entering the heart. The Christ golden heart, the Christ cell. And there goes to every cell of my body. Healing, nurturing, knowing it is multidimensional, cosmic, earthman, one and all. I in-breathe, I absorb. On my exhalation, I send it to all of America, Hawaii, Alaska, Puerto Rico, all of America. It's important, important, important to the ascended masters. America is the heart, the seat of the I am teachings. Ascended master consciousness. From there, as we exhale, and then we project it into the world, 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 world. Gold and pink, love, 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 father and mother, hey ha ha. Imagine the whole world like a torus field, like a waterfall going all around you, around the earth. There's a transmission flame, we're touching. With this, we send it out to the whole cosmos. All the trees, all the nature spirits. Devic kingdom, the Elohim, Elohi, ascended masters, archangels. Hey 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 I told you I was still getting set up. Hey still getting myself grounded. This is how I do it. Burn some sage and cedar. Do 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 do. Essential oils I sprinkle on there. I'm just coming down from my week also. 10th week that I had. It feels like I was just out here last Sunday. Had a big adventure all day long. And when I was pulling in here today, it says, man, it feels like it's been a month since I was here. Time is strange, right? Time is strange. You know, it's so important to stay in your inner space. You know, watch the spiritual things you like to watch or read, or just stay in the moment for sure, you know. There's so much density and darkness going on, confusion, chaos. They just want you to look at everything. Even the outside world is a dream, but the materialism wants you to go deeper and deeper and deeper into materialism and look at everybody else's life and all these celebrities and all this weirdness and bizarreness, and nothing seems to make sense. So we make sure on your days off, your time off, or your mornings, your evenings, that you get back to yourself. I mean, I can tell you, August was very, very intense, right? Between the Lion's Gate, 2 super moons, beginning of the month and the end of the month now. We're just coming through this, still in the super moon. I put out my water to be blessed of the moon. Some people suggested that, so I'm sure it's good. All these massive downloads of quantum light hitting the planet. It was designed that way. August was designed to be super intense, using that fire of Leo to really, really stir us up. All these the Schumann resonance blowing out, whiting out, going into fifth dimensional frequencies of 35 and beyond today, and other days it's gone up to 90 and stuff. So there's the outer changes going on. My system is quite activated today. And then there's the inner realm, well, we all know instinctively, oh man, when I calm down, when I'm in my zone, when I'm in my inner space, I'm just cruising in a way. Working on myself, doing my work, of course, doing my prayers every day, doing my meditations, not being lazy, because it's the momentum. We're required to have that momentum building right now for many reasons. One is that which tries to haunt you, that which tries to affect you. Each of us are dealing with, you know, shadow aspects and energies that want to stop the ascension and the light workers. You know, we all know we have our inner challenges, we have our outer. We have more density and interference attempts than we ever had. So watch that breathing. As soon as you watch that breathing, you go into that meditative state. As soon as you take a few deep breaths, get your feet in the grass or the dirt, the water, take those baths, salt baths, do a cleansing bath, put flowers around your bathtub, incense, soft music, and disappear in that holy water. Divine Mother consciousness, divine feminine aspects of ourselves, you know, we come right back to ourselves, you know? And we say, wow. Later on, you're like, wow, that intensity that I had today is gone. And massiveness is gone. And then those upsets and those other people and those not awake people and those, everybody's confused. So you come back to yourself. That's the key. Come back to yourself, or stay stay in that place. I like to say, I'm staying ready so I don't have to get ready. I'm staying ready so I don't have to get ready. Because I'm free, 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 in my soul, in my mind, in my heart. As soon as I get centered, and that's usually instantaneously, and you want to catch it immediately. Any interference you want to catch right away. You want to catch it. Say, I am the presence on guard, consuming instantly with the violet fire. And just with the I am presence, the God self changes things. I am the presence on guard, consuming instantly anything that attempts to disturb my flow, my space, my consciousness. And just choose to stay calm and serene, knowing that I am is the only intelligence and power acting in my world and affairs. I am God consciousness within you. You know, the Ascended Masters say the second coming of Christ is within us. Every single being, every single soul awakening, because we have the Christ light in our hearts. We have the Christ consciousness with us. It's always been with us. It's just part of our DNA. It's just part of who we are. And so that's the second coming. A whole race, 8 billion people. So when you tap into the I am presence, you're tapping into every person's I am presence on the earth. Everyone's higher self, embodied in their hearts, in their Christ light heart self. So we're not alone, guys. We're not alone. Gals. You know, I am a person of equality, utmost equality. All I care about is all of us. Every capacity imaginable. I've worked with people with disabilities my whole life. I grew up in a town that had what they call the state home, where they put the people that were severely disabled, mentally retarded, and it was big, and it was scary, creepy, not far down the road. Because why was it mostly creepy? Not the mental illness as much as what was going on behind the scenes. There was a lot of darkness and abuse going on there. Thank God they tore it down. They moved all the people. I don't know where. This was years and years and years ago. I'm not sure how it all went down, but God forbid they sent them back out, you know, into harm's way. But, or, you know, they probably moved places, but it was so old from the 40s, 50s. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but, and they tore down a lot of buildings, and then they turned it into schools. University of Michigan, Mott Community College. And they transformed all that energy back into the higher consciousness, some form. But these kids went to school with us. A lot of these kids with disabilities went to school with us. There's a lot of kids there that got put there because they were deaf way back, you know, starting in the 40s. Or they were orphans, or they were polio victims, or, you know, had severe handicaps. Super sad, because they all had their mind and their heart. They were all, you know, normal, healthy, otherwise. So the kids that could go to school went to school with us. And so we were around these kids. It'd be a dozen or so or more, 20, 25, I don't know, in our schools. And it was just part of life for us, And it made my people humble. It made the kids compassionate. There was no very middle class, working class realm I come from. No bullying, no I'm better than you, I dress better, I drive better cars. There wasn't that. We were all one. We played all together. The richest kids and the kids that didn't have, to a certain extent, of course, but we all played on the baseball, the little league teams. Sooner or later we came together, even if it was high school and we started partying, the jocks, and we were called partying jocks. And then they called the kids freaks. Yeah, I mean the ones that were real stoners probably came from harder backgrounds, which was not right. So that was a form of bullying, right? But it was still, it was still the 70s, towards 80s. But most of us were really amazing, good people, and had love in our hearts and enjoy, play, and so all people, male and females. Gonna read a few things. I just say it as a mirror of compassion and understanding and wisdom that we all have in our hearts. Many of us have been down those roads with family members with disabilities, or we've worked with them, or we know them. All us type of people, right? Compassionate, love everyone, help everyone. Way-ah-ho, way-ah-ho, way-ah. Way-ah-ho, way-ah-ho, way-ah. Way-ah-ho, way-ah-ho, way-ah. Way-ah-ho, way-ho, hey-ho, 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 hey-ha, hey-ho. It's like at the end of a person's life, you just want to be proud. You want to feel like you did what you came to do. You served the Creator. You served the people. You served the earth in a good way. In loving, working through your issues, working through your fears, working through your pain, sorrows, addictions, sufferings, family dynamics. Most of us type of people are called the black sheep of the family, not because we were extra wild, but because we're the ones that were here to come to change the family dynamics. We're the ones to come to change the family lineage, the ancestral line. The Native people say, as you heal yourself, you heal for 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. They say that's a spiritual truth. And so, many of us have had the hardest lives. Many of us have been through major challenges, and broken families, a lot of marriages, or alcoholism, or you half raised yourself, or you worked from the age of 12, 13, 14 or so, like me. But a very loving family, big family, very loving. It's just, the star seed, old souls, blue rays, indigos. We could see, we knew things, we could sense things more than others, and it was painful, it wasn't easy, it was hard to feel all that suffering of everyone around us. But we didn't know what we're going through. We just thought we were, that's probably what ADHD really is. So sensitive, but ultimately have to get into the right diets, into the right environments, like-minded souls, nature, finding a true spirituality that works for you. Right? And when I went to California in 19 with my buddy, we were in Northern California, Eureka, and he was from a Christian family, so we went to his churches, met a lot of people, and a lot of old hippies, preached the Bible to us on the street, and give us the universal, the most of them had experienced in LSD and all that, so they were giving us the quantum version of the Bible, and it was so amazing. And there was a gentleman from a Christian ranch hanging out with us, and he was older. He took me aside. He said, Jesus is the truth, the light, and the way, and the only way to find God. And I don't know what happened, but I had an explosion go off in my head. And it was like, no, that's not true. And I swear later on I realized it was my guardian angels saying, no, you're not going there, you're not buying into that. You're already way past that. A few lifetimes ago. But what is interesting is the I am from the Bible. The I am that I am. When Moses saw the burning bush and he said, tell them that, go back to the Israelites, tell them that I am that I am sent you. And as the unfoldment came out of the mystery schools over time, the teaching of the I am, the I am, meaning the God consciousness within. Whatever you say, I am. I'm healthy, I'm abundant, I'm alive, I'm happy, I'm joyous, I'm at peace with myself. That's what you're going to be, because you're deeming it, you're commanding it, you're demanding it, you're decreeing it, is the word, with your God self. I am free to be me. I am the victory of the light. I am the light that lighteth the souls of all men and women. So that's God speaking through you, see, right there. The I am. See how it's so integrated with us? So there's so much power in the word. They call it, in the I am teachings, they call it the science of the spoken word. It's just ancient, guys. It's just, we were dumbed down so much that it still don't even hardly make sense. But when you dissect things, you find out it's so true. So what Saint Germain and the Ascended Masters say is that, yes, it is true. When Jesus said, I am the truth, the light, and the way. And only through I am will you experience God consciousness in all you do, in all aspects of your life, in everything that exists, the outer world, the inner world. So I am God consciousness. See, it was coded in there. It was hidden. It was, right? They had to weave it in there in a way that people wouldn't know for 2,000 years. Only the mystery school teachings, all the way along, had the Coptics and the Essenes and the mystery schools of Egypt and all the great temples around the world had mystery schools. There was the centerings, because it was the highest concentration of higher consciousness. The ley lines crossed there, the energy lines. A lot of these places were built on top of earthquake zones, earthquake crossings, earthquake fault lines. They knew what they knew, so that all the prayers that would happen at these sacred places in the higher levels with the mystery schools, it would balance those places out and keep the world in balance from earthquaking, cracking open, and all that. So on many grid lines, they're energy lines. That like there's grid lines. If you look up Stonehenge, there's like dozens of them, or 13 or something. Major grid lines meet there. It's like unheard of. They call them the old tracks, the old track way, in Britain, in the UK. So the grids were taken over by the bad guys long ago. They manipulated every aspect, you know, from religion to education to the money system to, you know, they had to work nonstop, you know, the slave debt system. And 6,000 years, that one, debt system's from Babylonian black magic money system, that our money was built on a trickery, a confusion matrix, so that we would work in the slave system and that they would feed off us in many ways. You know, the money, the debt, taxes, you know, consume, and they even manipulated the ley lines and the grid lines around the planet. These are these energy lines. They say that the real energy lines ultimately forms a form of if you could see it, if you could actually see it, it would look like a flower of life or the seed of life around the planet. So the master consciousness, with the boots on the ground, with all of us in prayer and utilizing us and using us to ground the energies for the last 10 years, specifically, they were able to change and change that old dense grid lines, where they even manipulated and dumbed down the higher frequencies of all the sacred sites, shut them down to a higher consciousness called crystalline grid consciousness, crystalline consciousness, Mother Earth's crystal consciousness. So that magnification of the crystals, it's like an energetic, it's now running and humming. The good news is it's just the whole web, the whole spiral morphogenetic field through the earth of the grid lines of the flower of life, seed of life, is running on crystalline, pure, high, up to 12th dimensional consciousness humming. And I've studied this for 5 years, and I put all that together. It took me 5 years, so don't try to necessarily absorb it all at once, but just know when you put yourself your feet in the ground, you can even think about it. You know, our consciousness is powerful. You say, hey, I want to connect to the grid lines. I want to connect to the crystalline grid line, Mother Earth, flower of life. And they say when you do that and you just breathe that energy up, there's a lot of wisdom. All the wisdom of all these dimensions and timelines and this highest consciousness can come in you that way. Not just from the heavens, not just from our heart. Straight from that earth, from those grids. So a little message, teachings about the grids. And the British have known about this. The UK people have known about this forever. You know, at least 2,000 years, there's energy lines called the St. Michael lines, and the Mother Mary lines, and Christ grid lines. So that run over there. So you can look it up. And the way they found them way back a couple hundred years ago was dowsing. You know, water dowsers. How do they find water all the time? They go around they're called water witch, and these dowsers could use these sticks, and they were real sensitive people, and they're trained from their fathers, and it would dip down. They knew there was water there. They would dig. They would always find water, but they're wells. So they did this dowsing, these master dowsers. You can look that up. It's really cool. And they found the grid lines, the old tracks all around. And these are really ancient. They go back forever, you know, into ancient history of this other golden ages. And it's all waking up now. You know, it's all waking up. So I'm enjoying the scalar energy coming out of the earth right now. Feeling like myself, feeling grounded, I just want to dive in that water so bad. Ugh. Everybody says, you can't have gators. I'm not worried about them. I'm too big for them. They don't want me. They're small. 8 foot or less mostly. And you know, they go after things. They know that they can't, you know. only time they ever attacked a human was usually when a person, like that old lady recently, had her dog down by the pond, and he saw, and the instinct tells him that's my size. Went after it, and he missed her. The dog jumped or whatever, and she slid or fell, and he grabbed her leg, and it was just his instinct pulled her in, and it was terrible. But they don't come after humans necessarily. But I mean, I wouldn't necessarily swim in it. I'll tell you, my friend grew up down here near Tampa. They had a pond. They swam in their pond year round. The only time they didn't was when the gators, there's a couple gators always around their pond, way down on the ends, only when they were mating and only when they had eggs. Other than that, they swim year round. That shocked me when I heard that before I came to Florida. So don't be afraid, People say, why aren't you afraid of snakes? You're walking through the woods. Why do I have to be afraid of snakes? Why is there a snake at every turn? Who told you? Where's the proof a snake goes around every turn or every tree? It's not true. There's places in the country with a lot of rattlesnakes out west and all that. Yeah, you have to be more careful. Here, you pay attention. I do walk with my staff, but I pay attention. I feel. I don't walk fast. I walk slow. I'm not worried about any snakes, but rattlesnakes, they're going to rattle. Why do they rattle? Because they're hunting, okay? You've come in their territory. You're disturbing their hunt. You're going to chase off their game. And they're like, get out of here. I'm trying to get my dinner. Or if you almost step on one. The only time people really get bit is when they literally step on one. So I did tell you I had experience here once with one, but I'm telling you, when you're in harmony with nature, I'm not saying I float through nature and nothing can bother me. No. But if you've got the senses, I have been around rattlesnakes. I've killed several rattlesnakes in my life. Not on purpose, not for fun, just out of concern, or there were kids around, or you're camping or whatnot, and they were definitely in your space. It was a, eat or be eaten, felt like. So I had snake medicine for a while. We killed a snake at the Indian reservation, and we skinned it. And there was a guy from Louisiana who knew how to cook anything. From roadkill to, not that I ate that stuff, but he knew how to cook, so he cooked it up with spices, and it tastes like chicken. But something told me, we were in ceremony at the Sundance, everything was sacred and holy, and something told me to take its heart. So I took its heart out. I put it on a leather with sage. The minute I touched that heart to the sage, it started beating again. That heart was beating. And snakes, reptiles are known that when they're killed, head cut off, they wiggle for a long time. It's kind of creepy, but it's another one of our creatures. So I prayed over that. I wrapped it with the sacred herbs, sage, cedar, sweet grass, tobacco. I wrapped it in that bundle when it stopped, when it was, I said, I'm sorry you had to die. Some reason I just feel like, because Native people were always collecting medicine. They go on the hunts and they come back with animal claws, or they, everything's, a power animal, a connection to that power, horse, I was white horse, so I had strands of white horse hair. I would wear different places, in ceremony, and I had bear claws. I've had a little everything, really. Buffalo skulls, and I brought back 2 didgeridoos from Australia, 8 kangaroo while I was there. Right? So, and what's your power animal? So if you have the little essence of it with you, then that vibration is with you. You look at the medicine animals and their meanings. My lighter's going out. So, not that I'm into the earthy ways as much as I used to be. It's just part of it. I walked that path for 20 years, so. I carried that pouch into the Sundance and prayed with it as if it was something, I don't know. Why I did it, I don't even know. not to have snake power, you know, or anything dark. It was almost an honoring of that animal. And back in the day, I did a lot of those things. Skinned a coyote one time. My friend with a bandana around his face, gagging all the way through it. And we skinned it and tanned the hide, had the hide. Had several buffalo hides. So, you know, the elders would all have a medicine bag. Mary Thunder had this amazing medicine pouch of all these different sacred medicines that elders had given her, she collected, and I had a medicine bag. We all did, medicine people, and I had this. I would pick up, later on, I would pick up that bag with that snake card in it, and it would soft. I'd just feel from the outside, soft. I'd never get in it and mess with it, you know, but just a medicine. So she had a medicine that was given to her by a Cherokee medicine man named Hawk Littlejohn. He took us through a big ceremony in North Carolina. But one of their sacred medicines, because she was thunder and she had the power of thunder and lightning, she really did. Very powerful woman, but very loving, sweet. She used her power for pure love, pure nurturing, pure care for everyone, and helped tons and tons and tons and thousands of people. We traveled all over the country. We would travel twice a year. We'd go to New York and Chicago, do Vision Quest, and Michigan and Arkansas, several places in Texas. Traveling all the time, teaching, sharing the wisdom, the earth. She had this, so they gave her a piece of ginseng, because ginseng comes from the mountains. Cherokee, it's sacred. It represents, you know, vigor and strength. And they gave her a mirror, and they gave her a lightning-struck mirror and something else, and it was, you know, tied together. And they prayed over it, and he gave it to her, and he says, now you have Cherokee medicine. You're connected to the Cherokees. You're connected to this land. You're connected to this consciousness of the Cherokee Nation. She also, in the old way, they used to keep the umbilical cords of the children. And so, and her grandchildren, I don't know, the last I knew, it was she had like 7 of them. We would keep the cord. The daughter would keep the cord. I'm not sure she had her kids. She was, you know, more deeply in her path a little bit later. And yeah, everybody agreed, wanted that. And so someone would beat a beautiful bag, like a frog with beadwork or a turtle or something, and ceremonially with the sacred herbs and in prayer or singing, put that umbilical cord in there, sew it up with prayer. And she kept all those 7 kids at that time, umbilical cords, and when they all turn 18, in the old way, this is an old way, you give it back to that child, who's an adult now. And it's part of their memory, of their connection to when they came into this world. It's symbolic and help them remember their mission, remember where they come from, remember, you know, dream the dream that you had before you were born. You know, do your work, your mission, your purpose here on earth. They're very sacred. Native people, when they have surgeries, some do. Mary Thunder did. She had her gallbladder removed. She was in her 50s, I think, maybe late 50s, and she just had to. And she said, I want the gallbladder. Oh, you can't have it. Yeah, I want it. It's my body part. I want it. And she had to fight for it, but they gave it to her. And we took it home, and ceremonially, same way, we buried it in this garden we call the Kuan Yin Garden, a very sacred place. It was God, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, Isis, Virgin Guadalupe, all these statues, these 3-foot statues, beautiful painted, all these sacred plants, roses, and a pool with flowing water. And she buried it and planted a rose bush on top of it. So that that part of her body was still respected, honored. Not only that, but maybe the essence of it, the frequency of it could still be with her in the land and help her body to function, because she had that medicine still with her. So it's mysterious ways, but the indigenous people around the world have done the same thing all over the world. I lived this life 24/7 for almost 20 years, so I know a lot. I learned a lot. I experienced a lot. So that's how you know. So I don't know what we're all talking about today. Maybe we're just as a form of grounding the sacredness of the human body. I am the perfected health of body and mind. I'm the perfected health of every organ in my body. The cardiovascular system, the digestive system, the blood lymph system, the eliminatory system, reproductive system, the blood flow, arteries, veins, capillaries, the lymph system that moves out every cell of the body, perfected health. I am the perfected health of every aspect of my being, the brain, the mind, the emotional body, the mental body, the etheric body, the physical body, the connection to the higher realms, my higher self, the great central sun. The sun is a doorway, the sun dance. The old people said it would turn blue. They would put a blue shield over the sun and to protect your eyes. And that happened many times because you're staring at the sun for 4 days. But when you got the danced up just right, when the day was just right, the timing, the frequency, the energy, you left your body and you went through the sun to the sun behind the sun to receive teachings, to come back, to bring back to your family as your vision, your purpose, empower your purpose. You'd have a full vision there, what you were going to do. It took me years to remember that I did that, but I was told that would happen. We become gods in the sun dance because you become in one with your God consciousness. No food or water for 4 days. Not much sleep. So your spirit takes over. And that was the old way. You had to suffer. You're suffering for the people. You're sacrificing. You're taking on the woes of the world. We are just cleansing the world like a huge funnel during the sun dances, where we were being filled with the light at the same time. And you're going past the mental self. You're going past the physical self. You're going past the ego, way past the ego. You're going past the identity into your soul self. All the ceremonies do that. From pipe ceremony to sweat lodges to the sacred dances, the vision quest, Humblecha, crying for a dream. But all these medicines are available to us now. All these medicines are part of who we are now. In the sense that the veil is open for all of us. The fifth dimensional and beyond. The veil is open to everybody. I just tell stories of how I got here, I guess. My long walk in that previous era, previous generations. Now we just have to sit by the river and open our heart, let it flow, share with others, be in the zone, be in the one, meditate, watch your breathing, do breath work, go into a breath work workshop soon, look forward to that. Do Tai Chi, yoga. All these systems took us beyond ourself into our soul self, our spirit self, our higher self. Aligning. And the more you do it, the more you pray, the more you're in the zone, the more you anchor that in. Change the neural pathways in the brain. the more you make a momentum of that medicine, like this river. That's that new fifth dimensional and beyond consciousness, never ending. That's who I am now. That's who you are now. Stay out of the media, stay out of the TV, stay out of the, relax when you need to relax, sure. And chill out and zone out, but if you're paying attention, you'll see you can't stay there long anymore. You need to go into something else. You need to go into the zone, clean your home, or, teach your children these sacred things, meditation, and be present always, here and now, always, no matter what you're doing, whatever your job is. I'm hanging out of this tree. This log I'm on is not that comfortable, so sing and dance, hum, make up your own damn songs. Come on. Nobody just listens to all the radio all the time and what the other people, what their dream is. Sure, if you hum. We've always done that, but that gets old, rock and all that's old, man. That's old. Sure, once in a while it really sparks you, but it's a rut. It's like a skipping record if you are into it all the time. Sing and dance and drum and be in harmony, be in love. Dive deep, people. Dive under your own surface of discomfort. And when you get into the deepest of the deep, which is still not that easy for me, they say, you go into meditation where you actually forget about your body. You literally are in a position, you're sitting in the half lotus, or you're just in a really relaxed place, even in a lounge chair. You're not sleeping, but you're forgetting your body, and you're going, and your consciousness just comes, and you opens up, and you become, and every answer comes to you. You all know this, right? So my new teacher, Ramana, Sri Bhagavan Ramana, who was one of the great saints of India, who was batteries running low, some features. This may end. He talked about the silence is the key, the stillness, the pure presence. And he's got these great teachings, Ramana teachings, R-A-M-A-N-A, Bhagwan Ramana. Mind is so small to work out all these petty desires we have in one lifetime. And that is why we continue. One life is too short to figure it all out, so rebirth happens. And these guys are dedicated to liberation. They say you can be liberated in a very short amount of time. You can be liberated right here and now. But by practicing within the silence, the witnessing, the silence, liberation is going to come to any of us at any time. Very short amount of time. He said it could be hours, days, weeks, months. But I'm encouraging you that it can and will and is happening. Mind cannot do anything that is of pure awareness. It's a trap of endless traps and lifetimes. Mind has no clue of pure awareness, pure beingness. Like Eckhart Tolle says, beingness is infinitely more intelligent than mind. Infinitely? Infinitely, guys. More intelligent than mind. So you go beyond the mind, you get back into your heart. Beingness, you become beingness, I am presence. Liberation is wherever you are right now. By dropping in. Pure awareness can only be here and now. You cannot postpone it and do it after 2 or 3 years. When mind bothers you, actually mind has created this ego sense. It calls it ego sense, the senses that look outward into the outer reality. You turn it inward, go into the beingness. Actually mind, hello, branch fell. Mind has created this ego sense You think that you are this ego sense. You are really beingness. That's who you really are. The trick of mind. And you, in this walking outer life, you only follow that trick. You only act as the trick of mind when you're acting as an ego. Mind cannot do anything to pure awareness. There was a lot more. I stopped there. Here's some challenge that I'm gonna sing and then I'm gonna end. Another long one. What can I do, guys? I'm just not a born TikToker, am I? Maybe if I focus on it, I can ask Spirit, ask my I am to focus all of this into a 2-minute TikTok. Or 30-second short. Or sure, okay, I'll work on it. Nobody is sure what's going on right now. But if you go into the depths and you ask yourself, are you in clear remembrance from of which you have come? And when you're in pure presence and you're in that silent mind, that stillness, that quietude, the answer is going to be yes. Because that's all it is being in the clear remembrance. You don't have to remember the Akashic records. You don't have to remember all the lifetimes, Lemuria and Atlantis. You just have to remember beingness, pure awareness. That's the greatest God, beingness. And all the answers, of course, come from there, if you have questions. Are you following precisely the applied lessons that you're going through? Are you delving deep? Are you going ahead and feeling the pain? Are you going ahead and feeling the emotions? Are you going ahead and feeling the suffering of the things you're clearing out, the ancient things, and that which you pick up in the collective? Are you feeling it? You have to feel it to heal it. You have to feel it to heal it. And it moves fast. It moves fast. You could have one day of depression and be over it and into the next level. Risen a level right there. But if you try to intellectualize, you try to block it, you try to deny it, you try to stay up, higher vibration, that's all I am, you're floating, you're not grounded. We need the depths, we need the mud, we need the roots, we need the everything that dies in the earth, which is our yin-yang, which is our darkness, our depths, our void. To experience that sometimes. Then you rise again. Infinity breath. Into the earth, into the heavens. Into the earth, into the heavens. Into the earth, into the heavens. Honoring all. Are you filling your divine design here and now? Are you deeply engaged in the mysteries of God's holy transformation continually? Do you have the Holy Spirit, the Holy Fire, the angelic presence here and now? What you prefer to do now, you are only traveling up your chakra system into the upper chakras? Question mark. Are you raising it out? Are you raising the lust and the power and the greed and the fear up to the heart, high heart, throat, pineal, crown, and the higher aspects? That's what we're supposed to be doing now. Metatron says that the war on earth is waged through the lower chakras. Not that sex isn't beautiful, not that, holy divine sex, but when you're overthinking, if you're addicted to those chakras, if you're, the way society is, you have to look sexy, you have to dress sexy, you have to show your cleavage or your muscles or your, the man shaking, or always, approaching women in that lower vibrational way. Bring it up, guys, to the heart. Come on, get it up to the heart. Love. Start looking at people eye to eye. Start talking to their higher selves with your mind. with your soul, and enjoying them and blessing them and looking at their aura and at their body. Come on. You know? And it's going to balance you out from the years and years and years of this mind control of sex sells, you know, everything on TV, everything in the magazines, da-da-da-da-da. You know, we're manipulated. They utilize that. They manipulate our chakras that way. They take our energy that way. These succubuses and incubuses and these witches, dark witches that take energy. Where do you think they take it from? They try to tap your lower chakras. So rise it on up out of there. Drop your 3 lower chakras into the earth with the violet fire, and, you know, into the mud, purify them. Just come from your upper chakras. It's been a dance. It's been a dance my whole life, and it's been a dance for all of us, and it will be a dance as you start. You can have that too, but only in purified, balanced holiness. That's the only way it works. Divine relationship, divine love, holy, what do you call that? Tantric, spiritual sex. It's the only time it's worth it. Send it through the chakras while you're loving your mate, building that energy and blessing everything to have those quantum orgasms, those full body orgasms, and those, you know, into the oneness, you know, and that pure love. You know, you're just totally in love with your mate at that time, at the higher divine sex, divine love. A heart full of joy, not to be messed with, only to align with and reintroduce yourself without labeling in the shadow work. Yet bringing the powers which are only given through the holy fire. So the fire of those lower chakras, up the spine, you know, Kundalini Yoga, you see that spinning white, Om, next one, Om, solar plexus, Om, heart, Om, thymus chakra, higher heart, Om, throat chakra, Om, through the spine, in the back, you see them light up, Om, into the brain, into the medulla oblongata, pineal pituitary, Om, crown chakra, boom, blossoming out like a waterfall of rainbow colors, golden light. Send it to the highest, your star, your North Star, your guiding star, central sun. Ask to find your guiding star. Travel to it, go to it, enjoy it. Bring it back down into your heart. And that Mother Earth, crystal core, wisdom from her heart, her glowing, beautiful, crystalline heart up to your heart. And then wisdom knowledge is going to come through you. Yet bringing in these powers which are only gifted from the holy fire, Holy Spirit, Holy Wisdom, God, Truth, which is in you. You just call it forth. Just call it. I ask for it. You know? I need it. My life needs it. This times, this transformation, this transfiguration, this ascension, this resurrection. I need it. I need everything I can get right now, God. I decree it. I am mastering my energy system, my chakra system, my 4 lower bodies, emotional, mental, etheric, physical. My thought processes. I continually witness my thought process, and if they're bad, negative thoughts, I stop them, neutralize there, flip it to the positive. You know, like on the roads, I used to get mad, Mary Thunder would say, don't curse them, bless them. When she was fire, she had tons of fire, and she could be, you know, fire as anybody, but she had this little grandmother in her too. Bless them, don't curse them. And she was a Gemini, she had all the sides to her. Your teachers only want you to remember, to enjoy and transform even more. Breaking it all down to rebuild even better and holier. Aligned design. in the form of the aligned assignment. Just continue on, unabated, unaffected by the outer reality. Medicine ways, like the narrow path of the pipe. You say you're walking down the pipe stem. You carry the chanupa. It's a holy responsibility. You know, you're now a pipe carrier. You're now a form of a light bringer, light teacher of sacred ways for the people, or just your family. But Grandpa Wallace Black Elk used to say that pipe is narrow. The path of that pipe is narrow. If you fall off in hatred or jealousy, you might never get back on that pipe, because it's like a razor's edge. It's a high vibrational, narrow walk. But if you do get back on, you might be maimed. You might be missing an arm or a leg. He used to always tell that story. Whoa. And he used to always say that sacred pipe, the way it's shaped with a T at the end, comes up the bowl and then the long stem, he says, never turn that pipe around upside down, or use it like a gun. Because now it looks shaped like a gun, upside down. So people do that. They turn it upside down and use it like a gun and point it at people. Do bad medicine. Never do that. It's like, wow, I never thought of that. Teachings on the pipe. Courage, patience, endurance, and love. 4 steps along that pipe. Many teachings, but that's one of them. That's one. Walking the high road once again. Honoring the low road, but stepping back up onto the high road. Not letting the devil take command of you and bring you down and knock you down and keep you down. No. You fall off that horse 100 times, you dust yourself off, get back on that horse and go. You know where you're headed. Divine design. Come on, guys. The freaking DNA is awakened. You know? All this junk DNA, 12 strands of DNA, all this junk is really the DNA awakening. They should say we use 10% of our brain. Even when you run and you do the most exhaustion you could ever do, run a triathlon. They said that they studied the Navy SEALs, and they ran and they went to full exhaustion and running most of the day in the heat and doing all these strenuous things. They tested them. They said they've only used 40% of their capacity. 40%. As long as they're given water and rest, you know. So you can go a hell of a lot farther than you think you can. My friend, my older friend, this Celtic lady, she was red-haired. She was a wise teacher. She went to the Sundance to visit with these people, and she was called to go. She went out there, and she said, "Oh my God, I think I'm supposed to dance." Most of the time, you have to prepare. You got for at least a year, sometimes 4 years. You have to have a sponsor. You can't just go. You just have to. You have to be invited. It's very, very sacred. The elder sponsored her. She was out there dancing. Second day, she collapsed. No water, no food. She's gonna die. He'd come up to her. She said, "I'm gonna die. I'm diabetic. I'm gonna die right now." He looks over her, and drums are pounding. Everybody's dancing around here. When people go down, they don't rush up there. Oh, rescue them, rescue them. No, they leave them. They're usually having a vision. Or if there's something's wrong, the medicine men know. They gradually walked out there. He listened to what she said, and he says, "Okay, you can die right now. You can have a really beautiful, we'll give you a beautiful funeral. Indian way, we'll bury you on a reservation if you like. Or you can get up and start dancing again." She's like, "Oh, what? Buried on a reservation? I'm not from here." She got up and started dancing. Finished all 4 days. She went home. Beautiful, beautiful, thankful, honoring. She eventually went to her doctor. She was feeling better. She had a lot of energy and all that. He tested her diabetes level, tested again and again. He said, "I got something to tell you, but I don't know how this happened. You could believe this. She said, we can't find any diabetes. You don't have diabetes anymore. First thing she did was she did a Wopala ceremony. She got together tons of gifts. It took her a couple months. She said, I'm coming up, Grandpa. I'm coming up the reservation to do a thank you ceremony. She came and all the people came and she gifted everybody in the family all this stuff and brought the food, cooked the food with her people, her community, her family. And they did this Wopala thank you ceremony, sweated together, prayed, celebrated, giving thanks for the healing. And she danced all 4 years. Her name was Barbara Vitale, if anybody knows her. Hi, Barbara. You're amazing. Teacher. Hope I shared your story correctly. The high road, once again. Meeting of the minds, hearts, spirits. We have human family. We have blood family. We have soul family. We have frequency family. The devil has nothing on you. You got this. You got yourself. You got the world and the spirit. Go deeper, like always. As Anna and Tina do. Those are my friends on the path that are very, very deep and go deep always and never let anything slow them down. Saint Germain. Just move the energy up into the upper chakras now. Bring the connection and the power higher where it belongs. Rise the Kundalini, but only temporarily, because we're going to work from the top down from now on. And this says, I don't know what this means, but it's not a form of seduction, but a truer form of emancipation. That of the holy fires, the holy spiritual, the holy essences firing through us continually. Some people are going through Kundalini awakenings. That's not fun. Some people go through the spontaneous ones. The masters are really trying to help people to zone it down, but over the years, people had these Kundalini awakenings, the Americans and stuff. They tried to open their Kundalini, and it made people crazy as fuck. I mean, insane almost. Because the coil, there's called a coiled serpent, there's an aspect of our consciousness, a higher consciousness, in the base of the spine. And it's been, the Hindu people have known it forever. And that's, you see those images of the snake going up the spine, Kundalini, look it up. And I know a lady that wanted her. She had a master teacher of Kundalini yoga, American woman, and her boyfriend was a Kundalini teacher, and she asked him and asked him and asked him. She wanted to, this was 20, 30 years ago, and to open her Kundalini, and he says, can't do that. You don't want your Kundalini open, manually or willfully. She insisted, and he did it. From what I understand, I don't know if this case or another case, I'm not sure, but they say that they can reach in through the anus and go up into and pull on the coccyx in a certain way and send energy and prayer and ceremonial, and it'll start opening that. Or in her case, she went crazy. It blew her chakras, it blew her mind. She wasn't ready. It took her years to come back to herself. Telling you people, never pray for power, never pray willfully, never send people negative energy, never do bad medicine, never hurt people, never do witchcraft on anyone. Because if you know anybody that's done bad medicine, you know what happens to them. When you let it pass, when you just stay with the God, that shit goes around the universe, full circle, comes back, hits the heart of the people, or wherever it hits them. It's called karma, instant karma, cause and effect. And what's it do to them? We can only imagine, right? Ruins their life. It traps them. Those people doing bad medicine, it traps them in their own mind of what they were doing. Whatever they were trying to do to you, happens to them. Fuck them motherfuckers. Because I've been through it. And it's a bitch. When you get drugged down, when you get really, really attacked. And people do get attacked a lot. So you just let it go. Stay in your light. Stay in your spirituality more than ever. Stay grounded. And that shit goes around. It comes back to them. Poof. As high as the light is as low as the dark is now. A lot of people are getting attacked. So be strong. Pray, find a practice, get with others, do ceremony, do meditation, do yoga. Have a good time, go to the gym. Keep the energy moving, guys. Come on, don't get depressed. Don't overeat, don't eat tons of junk food. Come on, I'm begging you. Fast 1 day a week. Come on, that's my guidance. I got to get started. Do a 3-day fast, change your life. Okay, that's enough. I get a slow start and then I get rolling. And it's not me. I'm inspired every subject comes up. I don't just think that stuff up. How could I think it up? It doesn't even make sense. Way ya ho way ya, way ya ho hey, way ha ho hey ha, way ha ho hey. This is what drum sounds like when it gets flat, when it gets moist in the sweat lodge or near the water. Way ha ho hey ha. Then you can put it over the fire and it'll tighten it and then get your sound back, or even over the stove. Hey ah oh, hey ah oh, hey oh oh, hey ah oh, hey ah oh, hey ah oh, hey. Sometimes it gets too tight from the sun or the heat or dry. You can put water inside of it. Leave water for 15 minutes or so. Let that water sit in there and pour it out, and the tone will come back. Ishe 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 oh oh ishe 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 oh 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 ishe 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 oh oh ishe 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 oh oh oh. Divine Mother, divine feminine aspects of ourself, of within, of the earth, of all goddess consciousness. Respect the feminine, respect your mother, respect your daughters, your wives, your aunties. Respect the earth. Respect your thinning hair. Respect the weight on your body. Respect your out of shapeness. Respect your age. Come on, respect your age. They say when you get the gray, the native people would say, when you get the gray, they call them your eagle feathers in your hair. You earn your eagle feathers. Wisdom of age. Elders are always respected for their wisdom. E is a high vibrational frequency. Enough form of a feminine vibration. Wheel, 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 wah, 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 wah. The sacred waters. Wee ha ha, hoo he ha ha. I feel the Hathors, the sacred Hathor consciousness presence that I made one with. Once you experience them, once you have a vision of something, of a masterful being, consciousness, know that it's always there with you. You can ask, invite it in, or you can feel it in the presence, or you feel that it's necessary when you're praying for someone. I can't go high, so I can't go any higher. It's just not my gift. Hail, 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 hee, 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 ho, 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 hee, 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 ho, yo, hail, ha, 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 ha.